everyone, welcome to this new video. So the that girl slash clean girl makeup look has been quite popular for a while now. I would say like a year or so maybe, and I've been really loving it, and I've kind of been perfecting it for the last few months. And I wanted to show you guys my take on this look and what kind of products I like to use. The thing that I like most about this type of makeup is that you can completely customize it to your own likes and dislikes. So today I thought I'd show you guys my take on this popular makeup trend, and what kind of products I use, what works for my skin, and maybe you guys get inspiration from this. So let's get started. A little disclaimer: every product I use in this video is cruelty free. I don't support animal testing. There are a lot of brands that don't test on animals, so I would like to use them instead of using products that are tested on animals from brands who still sadly like to do that. So I will never ever promote any type of product that is tested on animals on my channel, because I don't like to share it. And sadly there are a lot of popular makeup brands that are still testing on animals, but there are so many options for cruelty-free makeup. That is the only thing I share. I won't share any brands that aren't cruelty-free. So the first thing I do before starting with this makeup look is I apply a hydrating moisturizer. My skin is very dry, and when I don't do this, it starts pilling, and I think that's very ugly. So for now I'm using this Bioma Moisturizing Gel Cream. It's very lightweight and hydrating, and I really like using this underneath my makeup, so I've already applied that. The next step is applying the e.l.f. Halo Glow liquid filter as a sort of foundation. I don't really use foundation. If I do, I use the Fenty Ease Drops, but I lately have been liking a little bit less coverage more, so I just opt for the e.l.f. Halo Glow. And I don't really use a lot of this. I use just a bit on my cheeks, a bit on my forehead, and on my chin. And I'm just going to blend that out with my hands. Once again, the reason I do this is because when I apply it with a brush, my skin also starts pilling. I have a really complicated skin because on one side it's like very oily and I sweat very quickly and it gets very glowy, not in a good way. But on the other side it's also very dry, especially like on my forehead, on here, and on here on my jaw. And because of that, if I apply certain types of products there, or if I use a brush, or sometimes even with a beauty blender, my skin will start pilling, and I can just take off the entire makeup look and it'll be ruined. So I've been trying different types of tactics, and this is what is working the best, and I'm glad I found this. Once this is all evenly applied, the next step I go for is concealer. I use the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. I think this is still an old packaging. I've had it for a really long time, and this is like my favorite concealer ever. I've tried so many concealers, but I will always keep going back to this one. The way that I apply this is I've learned this technique where if you apply concealer like mostly on the inner side of your face, it will lift this up. So what I do is I have to look up to the side first sometimes because I'm literally blind, but apply it like here and a little bit there. I don't apply too much, and then I also will put like a line here to be kind of uplifting, and then I will just blend this out with my finger, because once again I think personally it is the best technique for me. This way it creases so much less, and I will drag it down like my cheek a bit and blend it out this way. The concealer is now completely applied and blended out, and the next step I like to go for is using a bit of powder. I use the Too Faced Peach Blur Powder. This is my favorite type of powder. It's very nice, it's pink, and I apply this with a powder puff, and I will just apply it underneath my eyes for now and down like the side of my nose, because that's where like I apply the concealer. And where I apply my concealer is usually the only place that I want to use powder. Sometimes I use a bit on my forehead as well if I'm very oily, but mostly just the part of my face where I used concealer. This powder has like a really nice blurring effect that I really like. The next step is a little bit of bronzer. I like to use this liquid bronzer from Glossier. It's the Solar Paint and I have it in the color Ray. I really like the brand Glossier. It's like very natural, good, and I apply it on the back of my hand like this. Because I'm very careful with this because I'm really afraid that it's going to look a little bit splotchy. So I just apply like a little bit on the back of my hand, and then I go in with this brush and I just start dabbing it and then like going on the back of my hand. And then I will like softly apply it on the places where you would apply bronzer. I'm very careful with this. This is like the only makeup product that I've always been a little bit afraid of, because I don't know, sometimes you see people with like such thick lines and they don't have it blended out well, and it just, I don't know, that's like my biggest fear, that I look like, I don't know. Honestly, my biggest reason for using this is just to warm up my face a little bit. Like I'm pretty pale, so like this, it makes my face less flat and yeah, a little bit more sun-kissed. Although I'm pretty tan now from summer vacation, I'm still pale. The next step is my favorite step out of my entire makeup routine, which is blush. It's really funny because when I was younger, I was really afraid of blush and I would never wear it, mostly because I already have pretty red cheeks. And I always thought if I use more blush, it'll enhance that and it'll look so ugly. But then one day I just really tried it and I was so obsessed with it. I especially love cream blush. I think it's one of the best makeup products out there. And I have two that I like to use a lot. First, I have the Rare Beauty liquid blush in the color Bliss. But this is like a little bit, I like this more in the winter, but it is like the color that I wear a lot, so I wanted to show you guys. But the color I'm using today is the Fenty Beauty Cream Cheeks Out Cream Blush in the color Crush on Cupid. This is like my summer color. It's so gorgeous. It's this beautiful pink and I love it so much. And I just once again go in with my finger and I apply it like on the upper side of my cheek. I don't apply it on the apples of my cheek. I think that's very important because if I do that, I will look like a clown. So I will just rub it in like here, very gently. Not too much because I still have the red cheeks and I still will look terrible if I apply too much. But it's definitely giving a little bit of a, I don't know, a little bit of a sun-kissed look. A little bit of a burnt look, I guess. And I also like to apply a little bit on the bridge of my nose, just the tiniest bit. The next step is highlighter, and I like to use this Milk Makeup highlighter, this highlighter stick. It's in the color Lit. I love it. I've been using it for so long and it's so good. I also really like the Charlotte Tilbury highlighter wand, but I think this is a little bit more gentle and a little bit more, I don't know, it gives more of a natural glow, I think. So I really like using this. Now we are going to do my eyebrows. And the first step I use for that is the NYX the brow glue. And I really like to laminate my eyebrows kind of with this. What I will do is I will just put a lot of product on the applicator and I will just start like laminating my brows with this. My eyebrows are like extremely wild and they're never staying in place, but this product really works with staying in place and it stays like the whole day, and sometimes even I sleep with it, which I barely ever do. It literally stays all night, so it's perfect. The next step I'm going to do is I use a dip brow, and I use this one from She Glam. Honestly, the only reason I use this is because I've never used the Dip Brow before I bought this. And I really wanted to try it out, but I didn't want to like buy the Anastasia one or just another one and not know whether I would like it or not, because I've always been very careful with it, because they're very thick already and I don't want them to look too thick. So I just wanted to try this out, and I've actually really liked it. So I will maybe buy a new one soon. But yeah, I really like this, and I've got this color. And I will just apply a little bit on the brush. And then I will go in with only with the back of my eyebrow, because the front I think it's okay already. So I will just like start here and start like filling that in. The main reason also why I tried this out is because I had to switch from the Benefit Groove Proof Brow Pencil, because I found out that they weren't cruelty free, and I was like, nah, I'm not okay with that, so we're not using that anymore. So I had to find a new product, and I used like one from Revolution for a really long time, but the color wasn't right, and it was a powder, and I don't really like eyebrow powders because, I don't know, it looks very powdery, I suppose. But yeah, I didn't like that. So we're just trying this out, and it actually really works. So that is the eyebrows, and now we are going on with the eyelashes. And I first start with curling my lashes, which I think is a really important step. Once my eyebrows are curled, I will go on with the mascara, and I have really sensitive eyes, so a lot of mascaras I use will start burning through the day, and I will get watery eyes. But I think I might be allergic to some mascaras, I don't know, because I'm not going to test it out or anything. But the only mascara that actually works for me is the Milk Kush mascara. It works so well. I've never ever had my eyes burn from this. I think the applicator is really nice, and it just makes my lashes so long and with so much volume. So we are just applying that generously. I don't like using fake lashes because I'm terrible at applying them, and I just think my eyelashes are pretty long already, so yeah, I don't feel the need to get them. So that's the lashes. I really love this mascara. It's honestly the best one out there. And the last step of this routine will be lips. And I switch this up a little bit, guys. Sometimes I don't wear anything on my lips, just lip balm. Sometimes I apply a lip oil or a lip gloss or lipstick. But today I am going in first with the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lip liner in the color Lip Cheat. And I'm slightly overlining with this because my lips aren't very big. But the trick to overlining is to only do it in the middle of your lips. So like only overline this part and lightly on the upper lip, like here. And don't pull it down to like the corners, because it will make you look like a clown. Honestly, I've tried it and it looks horrible, at least on me. So I'm just very gently applying this. I'm not overlining by a lot because sometimes I think it looks very obvious, but it's just like a little bit is okay. Like it's very much a your lips but better type of color, at least for me. And then for the last step, I will go over top the lip liner with this Fenty Beauty lip gloss balm in the color Sweet Mouth. I think it's a lovely color, and I love these lip glosses. The applicator is so nice, and I will just go over top of this. I think it blends in really nicely with the lip liner. This is the finished look. I really like it. I think it's one of my favorite ways to do my makeup. Sometimes I like to apply eyeshadow as well, or I will just do a little eyeshadow line. I can't do eyeliner. I'm so bad at it. I'm not even going to try it. I've tried it so many times already, so I'm not burning my hands on that. But this is the finished look. I hope you guys like this, and I hope you guys have learned from this and maybe seen some products that you didn't know yet or didn't use yet and thought that you would like it maybe. So yeah, I hope to see you in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.